What's up, guys? All right, we only got one person in the chat so far, only 17 watching. So give it a few minutes here. Reminder, hey, it's the guy from the new South Park episode. I want to see that so bad, bro. How do I watch it? I don't think it's on HBO Max yet. I don't think it is. I got to see that. I saw little clips of it. It looks hilarious. But yeah, I'm glad they started season 27 with that. That's right, Michael. We love Trump over here. Prime Video. I got to pay for that bullshit. How much is it? $1.99? How much is it? You got a dollar? But you need Paramount. And we just canceled that shit recently. Shyla, I was hoping you'd be here. What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, we just canceled Paramount a while ago. We never used it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll just wait. I'll see it somewhere. I'll see. Trying to, cut out some of those unnecessary bills and shit. I'm just waiting until we get a few more people. We're going to start the conversation. We're going to talk about Trump and Epstein today. And that's all we're going to talk about today. Ain't nobody going to come and distract. And that's what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to distract everybody from the Epstein talk right now. And, it's not working. People are seeing through his bullshit. A lot of the MAGA influencers and shit, they're seeing through his bullshit. Even the ones who are still on his side, who are still speaking in favor of him, they know that he's full of shit, and they're just trying to appease him, like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was starting to come out against him, and then he got a phone call from Trump, and then boom, it was like, why are we talking about Epstein anymore? Let's move on, or why are we still talking about Epstein? I'm sorry. Yeah, what's up, Gerard? Sorry about that, brother. Back with the politics. So all right, let's just start talking about it. I don't care. We only got 20 people. Jamie P, what's up, man? Fuck Trump. That's right. Fuck Trump. Where do we start, guys? First of all, and I don't care what anybody says, I could go back and find you the episodes. I've been saying for years that Trump is on the Epstein list. How did I know that? A little thing called common sense. Okay? Trump is a known pervert. Okay? Not like most men. Most men are a little sick when it comes to, sex. Not like that. I wish I could, except for Michael Hensley, of course. Men are all a little sick, okay? But Trump is a guy who, he's been accused of sexual assault more than anybody in the history of the world. And when people say, oh, but it's people coming after him because they don't want him to be president and all this shit. How come no other presidential candidate has had this many accusations of sexual assault? None in history. How come? Not even close. You don't think every presidential candidate has people that fucking despise him? Millions. Every single one does. And most of these accusations of sexual assault came long before he even thought of running for president. They were throughout his life. And it's not only because he's rich either, because again, why aren't other billionaires being accused of sexual assault left and right, being sued left and right? If you didn't know he was on the Epstein lists, and Casey, yeah, I guess Casey's a Republican, but he hates Trump. If you didn't know he was on the Epstein list, I mean, you're blind, deaf, and dumb, or something, or at least blind and deaf. I don't know what dumb would have to do with it, but yeah, exactly. Go back decades, Shilas, to the fucking 70s. You know what I mean? I think he had 27 sexual assault accusations before he even ran for president. Epstein said years ago that him and Trump were besties and they shared some special secrets. Well, that letter is very creepy. We could talk about that then too. But yeah, Epstein said to, who's he speaking? Was it when he was speaking to Michael Wolff or in a deposition or something? That him and Trump were best friends for 10 years. Of course they were. Guys, I want to remind everybody that Trump was on the flight logs 7 times between 1993 and 97. And the first time he had sex with Melania was on Epstein's jet. Okay? All right? So he wasn't just another person on the flight logs. He was somebody who was very close with Epstein, to the point where the first time he ever had sex with his future wife, Melania, was on Epstein's jet. Okay? It is absolutely Jane Creek. Same thing, basically. Yeah. So anyway, that's all. I'm not no genius. Fucking, I'm not no psychic. It's very simple. I mean, of course he's on the Epstein list numerous times. I bet you he's on the Epstein list more than any other individual. How much you want to bet? Other than Jeffrey and Ghislaine, how much you want to bet? And I don't even know why they'd be on their own list, but you get my point. More than anyone else. He was super close with them. There's fucking videos of them standing there whispering to each other, pointing out women, all types of shit. There was a situation where, now, if just in case I make a mistake, I'm going to say, I forget exactly what the situation was, but I'm pretty sure what it was is Trump had some event at his house with a bunch of teenage girls. It was either a Miss Teen USA thing or something like that at his house. And the only person he invited was Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Oh, you can't find it? What's up, Tom Sheehy? Good to see you, bro. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You stay on this channel. Anyway, so they're creepy motherfuckers, and Trump always knew he was on the list. Okay, but now we know that in May of this year, Pam Bondi, that twat, went to Donald Trump and said, "Hey, you're on the Epstein list numerous times." And then what do you know? July rolls around. Boom, what Epstein list? There's no Epstein list. Okay? Of course. If you're wondering why they all of a sudden came out and said that when they didn't have to, they probably didn't have to, but I guess Trump wanted to begin the cover up as quickly as possible. He knows he's on it. And let me tell you something else. He knows that there's something specific. There's something really bad in there. And he knows what it is. Okay? And that's what is worrying him the most. That's why he's scared to death right now. He's literally just making things up. The Obama shit, this was fucking investigated by a Republican Oversight Committee. This was Republican. Marco Rubio said that there was nothing wrong. Obama didn't do anything wrong. Marco Rubio, years ago, okay, when he helped investigate it. Okay, now they're bringing up this Obama shit again, and they're trying to distract their idiot supporters, and that's exactly what's happening. You go in these comment sections, they're like, "Oh, we should be worried about is Obama." It's like, no, you need to shut the fuck up about Obama and get over the fact that we had a black man as president, you fucking bunch of hillbillies, dick-riding racist motherfuckers. Don't worry about Obama. Obama didn't do a thing wrong. He's fine. Well, I can't say he didn't do a thing wrong, but he's fine. Okay? As far as we know, he didn't break any serious laws. I don't agree with his drone program. I don't know if you wouldn't consider that illegal, but other than that, he was, clean as a whistle, Obama. He didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? So get over that bullshit already and start to recognize when people are, we all did, Tom Sheehy. They're the only ones that think he's still in office. Stop letting yourselves be distracted by this nonsense. Can you fucking imagine the balls on this dipshit? Donald Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files. You realize that? He said it 1,000 times during the fucking, during his campaign. He's going to release the Epstein files. Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, they're only in the positions they're in because of the Epstein shit. Literally. They were the two biggest, they were maybe the two loudest, I'll say, when it comes to this shit about the Epstein files, releasing the Epstein files. Okay, the Epstein client list specifically. Pam Bondi just said a couple of months ago, "I have the list on my desk. I got to review it." And tens of thousands of videos and whatever else she said. Now, she's like, "No, that's not what I meant." And Trump and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are like, What Epstein list? What are you guys talking about? There's no Epstein list. And, they have no choice but to do that, but that's what they're doing. And it makes them look even more ridiculous because, again, those were probably the two loudest voices when it came to the stupid fucking Epstein list, okay? And now they're like, you saw that interview? Or they were like, he killed himself. There's nothing shady went on there. He just killed himself. Like, they were the ones saying he didn't kill himself. They was them. You know what I mean? Like, this is a MAGA thing, guys. Don't ever act like this is a left thing or a Democrat thing. We were not the ones running around talking about fucking the Epstein list non-fucking stop 24 hours a day for years. It was you motherfuckers. It was the MAGA people and the real hardcore conspiracy theorists really going in on it. Okay? So now they're acting like, what? Do you believe Trump had the nerve to stand there and be like, are we still talking about Epstein? Oh my God, we got Texas, we got this. What are we talking about Epstein for? Because of you, fuckface. Because of you and your fucking people. You guys started all this shit and went on and on about it for years. You ran on it, dickhead. And now he's like, why was... And that's what he thinks of his supporters. All of his supporters. You think that we think you're stupid? He thinks you're stupider than we think you are. Okay? Believe me. He always did. I mean, this is a guy who stood there without a smile on his face or any type of laugh in his voice and said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. Dead serious. At a time when he was bitching about being hot. He was only worried about himself. And they're like, he was joking. No. He was telling the truth. He doesn't care about you. And how do you know? What happened a couple of weeks ago when he was being asked, once again about the Epstein list? He said, I don't know why people are worried about that. These are bad people, very bad people who are asking about this, very weak people. He's talking about his people, not us, his people. They're the ones who are making him cave to the pressure. Okay? Because he don't care about us. He don't really care about them either, as I just established. But I mean, he needs their support. Just like he needed their votes. He doesn't have to care about them for that. But he doesn't want that pressure from the right. So he bashes his own people right in front of them on national TV every goddamn day. And they're like, it's just Trump being Trump. Like, no, he thinks so little of you. That's why we laugh at you, because it's not just that we think little of you. It's that we know that the guy who most of you would be willing to die for, you're so sick, couldn't give two shits about you. What did I say during the election season? I said, Trump needs your vote one more time. Once he gets it, he's going to hurt you right along with the rest of the Americans who, even the ones who regardless of how they vote, everyone. He's going to do everything he can to hurt you, working class and poor people. Okay? Because he doesn't need your vote again. He doesn't give a fuck. I know all you douchebags think he's going to be able to run again. He's not. There's a lot of reasons why he's not going to be able to run again. Okay? It's not going to happen. And let me tell you something. The whole thing about him, J.D. Vance running and then winning and then allowing Trump to he's gonna resign and let Trump take over as president. Is it the 12th or the 14th Amendment? I forget. 12th, maybe. I forget exactly which one. It states that if you're not eligible to become president, you're not eligible to become vice president. So, in other words, if Trump can run again, he'll run again. If he can't run again, he can't run as somebody's vice president, period. So that's that. So that's out. That's not going to happen. So he knew he needed your vote one more time. And that's it. After he gets your vote for the second time, he don't need you. And look what he's doing to you. You know what I mean? He's hurting red states more than blue states by a lot. They're hurting their own people more than they're hurting us, the Republicans. They're hurting us or them. They're hurting their own people more than they're hurting us. 12th Amendment. Yeah. Thank you. My memory sucks. He throws them a bone. He throws them a bone, and it takes their mind off all the horrible shit he's doing to them. You know what I mean? Here, no tax on overtime. Kinda. Your check isn't going to be any bigger every week, not even by a penny. Just at the end of the year, you get a $12,000 fucking deduction. That's it. That's no tax on overtime. No tax on tips. Same fucking thing. You don't get more money each week. You just, at the end of the year, you get a little bit of a deduction. That's it. So, he throws them a bone and they're happy. They just, they'll take anything from him. And then, the next 10 moves he makes will be stabbing them right in the fucking back, and they're fine with it. They're fine with it. The people preaching the loudest about protect the kids are now the ones trying to cover up for pervs. Yep. Jamie P. Now Maxwell is going to be given a pardon in exchange for telling the truth. Yeah, telling the truth. Unless she provides evidence her word is worthless. She has been charged with 2 perjury charges. Yeah, well, she's going to get a pardon. Did you see when they asked Trump yesterday or the day before? He said, I haven't thought about it. He kept saying, I haven't thought about it. That's always a tell because he's always lying. So when he says, I haven't thought about it, what he really means is, I've been thinking about it constantly. Yeah, because the only reason Ghislaine has kept her mouth shut so far is because she has expected that sooner or later Trump will pardon her. And if he doesn't, she'll open her mouth. Okay? Well, bad way to say it, but you know what I mean. She's going to get a pardon. And if not, it's going to be some fucking beautiful deal where she'll be out in no time, a year or two. And it's going to be in exchange for her downplaying Trump's role in the Epstein situation, or just saying he's not on the list. He's not in the files. What do you think they're doing that for? What do you think Todd Blanche is meeting with her for at the fucking prison and the Department of Justice? Why? That's why, because they're working for the president. You know what I mean? They're not there to seek justice for any fucking one. They're there to cover up for Trump. How about the missing 1 minute from Epstein's jail video has now turned into almost 3 minutes of missing video? Yeah, I know. And then Pam Bondi said it's the same minute missing from every night. And sure it is. Sure, it proved that to us. He died while Trump was in office. That's another thing. They're fucking so stupid. They got their eyes on Bill Clinton, a guy who hasn't been in office 25 fucking years. They're talking about Bill Clinton's on the list. Bill Clinton, the Clintons had him killed. No. He was in prison while Trump was in office. That's when he got killed. So if anybody killed him, okay, or had him killed, guess who it was? Who would have guessed we were lied to? Yeah, you believe it? I heard about Epstein for the first time back in 2008. The QAnon jerk-offs are a bunch of purple pill Johnny-come-lately wannabes. Most never heard of Epstein until after Trump became POTUS. Yeah, definitely. Don't get me started on how there's evidence of the largest human trafficking ring in American modern history, and the only one in jail is a woman. She deserves to be there, but why only her? Sacrificial lamb. Is that what Putin did, Chris, after his second term? Then he changed everything. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I'm sorry, bro. I'm behind. And if you guys can donate, there's only 45 people. But guys, please do so because, I just did the last show. I think I made like $40. It was horrible. It's true. My blue state pays way more in federal taxes than we receive benefits. Imagine if all our blue state taxes stopped paying federal taxes and just took care of ourselves. Oh my God, the red states would fucking go bankrupt and that would be it. Yeah, like 2 states pretty much carry the rest of the country. Like seriously. California has like the 4th highest GDP in the world. Okay, like California is not even a goddamn country. So yeah, they don't, and that's another thing they don't understand. You know what I mean? Is that the red states, while they're bitching about people taking, they're the taker states. The blue states are the donor states. That's how it works. FPS, how do you know when Trump is lying? LOL, his mouth is moving. Thank you, Judge Judy. LOL. Yes, that is true. It is. Every time he opens his fucking mouth, he's lying. That birthday card was a threat, in my opinion. No coincidence that her people were just pushing for a pardon. Even Alan Dershowitz called her the Rosetta Stone for all of this. Another creep implemented in this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yep. That's what, how did that get out to the Wall Street Journal, that birthday card, all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Trump knows he's got no choice. She's going to be pardoned. And guys, I'm going to make this prediction, and we'll go back to this show in a month or two when it's time. MAGA is going to be fine with it. They're going to be fine with it. They're going to move right along and keep supporting their orange dickhead pervert pedophile leader like nothing ever happened, even though they claim to give a shit so much about kids and child sex traffickers and everything else. They will go right on with their support for him. I told you, there's nothing he could rape a child on a fucking YouTube live stream for the whole world to see, and they wouldn't have a fucking problem with it when it really comes down to it. Even all these dickheads like Andrew Schultz and these guys and Joe Rogan to some extent who are speaking out against Trump now with all this, that'll go away. They'll go right back to supporting him. All of them. All of MAGA. No question. So all that bullshit's temporary. Believe me. They are cult members. They follow their leader. They don't give a fuck what he does. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter. They've made their mind up a long time ago that they're going to support him through thick and thin. And that's what makes them, such sick people. Shyla Spellbound Creations, $10. Fuck Donald Trump. That's right. Thank you, Shyla. Thank you so much. Trump is losing followers. Yeah, but like I said, temporarily, I think. You know what I mean? Temporarily. The funny thing about that birthday card, too, or was the letter, whatever the fuck, when he's talking about our specials, every day is another special secret and all that creepy shit and fucking the Enigma thing. And the funniest part is the best defense MAGA could give for Trump was that he don't know those words. He don't say stuff like Enigma. He doesn't know those words. That's what they said. He doesn't know those words because he talks like a fucking moron. Well, unfortunately, there is a whole bunch of clips of him using the word Enigma in the past. Okay? Then with the picture he drew of the lady with the fucking, his signature is the pubic hair, he says, I don't write pictures. That's what he said. I never wrote pictures. Okay. Then he says he never drew pictures. I guess somebody corrected him. Unfortunately for Trump, there's a whole bunch of pictures that he's drawn in the past. Ones that he donated to charity, signed, pictures of skyscrapers and stuff he drew. So everything he says again is a lie. He does draw pictures. He has used the word Enigma many times in public, at his rallies. So it's just fascinating. I just want to see one Trump supporter, and we won't get this today, I assure you, say, yeah, he's fucked up. He's on that list. Yeah, no doubt about it. But that ain't coming anytime soon. Except for, like I said, some of those guys, the influencers and shit, they figured it out. A lot of them have been turning against him for a while now. Candace Owens, that fucking idiot. I think the only one that sticks with him no matter what is Ben Shapiro, pretty much. And Charlie Kirk. Everybody else, they're starting to stray away a little bit, but they'll be back. He is OPP Orange Pedo Press. Nice. I like that. Philly Bob. All I know is the gas prices are still high since he's been in there. I don't know how you put ISIS in there, but yeah, of course, everything's still high. He wants you to believe all the prices have gone down and everything's cheap now and everything's looking better. It's not. It's not. He said, if you want the Epstein files, they're in his head, and he knows everything about that. Stayed with Epstein. I don't know what you mean. I mean, no, I know it was an accident, Philly. I think he said the Epstein files were in Jeffrey Epstein's head. I'm not sure, dog. Tom Sheehy gifted 10 fat bald Sicilian memberships. Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much, bro. And that's good too, man, because we're gonna start doing memberships only, members only shows again. God damn, I can't talk. Let me see. CGNY, Armand, Jane, Midwest DJ, Sean Landon Clark, BK Skip, Drew Ha, Robert B, Joe Root, Beachsider. A lot of good people. Awesome, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. I don't know. I'm not going to do a super long show today. I want to talk about this stuff because how could we not? I mean, it's just amazing. And the deflection and let's talk about this and look at this over here and that. The fucked up part is, man, and I if it wasn't for the fact that they're such bad people, I would feel bad for some of these Trump supporters because it's like you look in the comment sections and they're like, yeah, man, like Obama, fucking, we got to do something about this. He's got to go to jail. And it's like, you guys don't realize that this is just a distraction. You don't realize Obama is not going to jail because he didn't do anything wrong. You don't realize that. Like, even Trump knows nothing's going to come of this. He's just using it to distract you because he knows his base. And he knows that if there's one thing in this world they hate more than pedophiles, it's our first black president. Oh, they're still not over that. Jesus Christ, the only reason Trump got elected is out of revenge for having a black president. Okay? So he knows all he's got to do is say Obama, and they're distracted. And it's like, you don't get it, do you? You don't understand. Guys, when I say this, I mean it. Okay? As hard as it might be, someday, just put on Fox News as like background noise and listen for a couple of hours. By the time it's over, you'll be questioning whether or not Trump is the greatest president of all time because they're convincing. And that's all. If you listen to Fox News, this is why they're easy to beat in a debate. Any MAGA people are like that. It's no, even people like Charlie Kirk, he's supposed to be their perfect debater, right? He won't even debate people like Dean Withers and Parker and people like that. He won't. They show up to his things, debate me, and he won't do it. He's scared to shitless. And he just got crushed by a huge lib just recently. Look what Mehdi Hassan did to people at that fucking thing. I forget what it's called recently. He tore them apart. They can't debate because everything they hear is a lie, but they don't know it's a lie. They listen to Fox News and they're just like, if you listen to nothing but Fox News, there is no way you can think otherwise than Trump is perfect and everything he's doing is perfect. There's no way, because that's all you're hearing. And if you're not hearing any opposing viewpoints, or if you're not listening to any other type of news or anything, you don't know, because you only know they don't research. These are not people that are going around reading about what's really going on. They listen to Fox News. That's what they listen to. That's it. That's where they get their information. So if you don't hear anybody telling you the other sides of the stories and like, oh, no, this is what Trump's really doing, you don't know. So you walk around with your head in the clouds like, yeah, he's the man. He's great for this. He's great for that. He's doing this. He's doing that. Meanwhile, no, he's not. Do you know how many people in this country think that the big, beautiful bill is actually going to help them? Poor and working class people. They don't even realize it's going to hurt them. They don't know because they were told it's a great thing. It's amazing. It is astonishing for a person like me who could see bullshit coming from 10 miles away. And people like you guys, people who read and research and who are intelligent when it comes to politics, it's impossible for us to believe this is real. Like any of it. But especially now with the Epstein shit, because it's like, I've never seen a person act more terrified. MRE, when he thought I had his information before I even had it, and he got all wasted and did a show that night, and his people were telling him to go lay down because he's a mess. That's the only time I saw somebody as scared as Trump is right now. Trump knows, oh shit, there's some bad things in there people are going to find out. And MRE knew, oh my God, they're going to find out I'm a Nazi pedophile. Okay? So that's the bottom line, and I'm telling you, man, I hear it sometimes. I go into this one store where I buy clothes. It's in the city. And the woman that owns it is a white lady, sweetheart of a person. I've known her for decades. And she hold on one sec. I don't want to lose my train of thought. She always has Fox News playing, always. And I go in there and I'll listen to it for a little bit while I'm shopping around. And then every now and then I'll deliberately spark up a political conversation with her. And when I tell you that the things she says to me, I literally just heard verbatim on Fox News. I promise you I'm telling the truth. Meaning that she don't even have any real thoughts or understanding or knowledge about politics. She repeats what they say because in her mind it's real because she trusts Fox News. You know what I mean? It's amazing, man. They are the biggest scam ever perpetrated in American history, other than the Trump presidencies, is Fox News. I'm telling you, without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. Chris, I think this whole world lost its soul. I think you're right to some extent. I think you're right. I've seen tweets of MAGA literally saying they don't care if he harmed children and young women because he's making America. Yeah, and that's how they write it. Yeah, with the fucking half caps, half lowercase. Yeah, like psychopaths. Yeah, it's true, man. I've seen them too. I go in these comment sections and I'm like, man, there's nothing he can do. He said it himself. He could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and he won't lose any voters. Guys, that's not a compliment to you. That's not him telling you you're so loyal. That's him telling you you're so stupid that even if I murdered somebody on a public street, you'd still vote for me. They don't even understand the insults that are being thrown at them. They don't get it. Yeah, right. I know, right? That's what they did the other day. Oh, we're going to drop the files. Boom, MLK. It's like, what? Yeah, that's the information nobody was looking for. Fox's propaganda, plain and simple. That's all it is. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I do. I'm not 100% sure. Trump's over here in UK at the moment. Yeah, Scotland, right? On a golf holiday. People ain't happy, and they're protesting Trump out, immigrants in. That's how much people hate him. Yeah, man. And they have a lot of reason. They hated him in Scotland before he became president. What he did to that woman and everything else, that just building that golf course, what he did to people. Let me see. Trump said he was going to do this and that. He has not done anything. Nothing. Jane, $9.99. LOL, don't totally agree with your politics, but thank you for the membership. And no, I don't think he's perfect. Well, that's good, Jane. Well, how do you feel? Tell us how you feel about this Epstein thing. I'm curious. Thank you for the $9.99. And it was actually Tom Sheehy that got you the membership. But thank you so much. No, I didn't read that. I'm a reader in jail. I ain't even going to front. I'll read articles and news stories and shit, but books, pretty much just a jail thing for me. I'll listen to audiobooks. Is that right, AF75? Get out of here. What? Wow. That makes sense, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. Well, listen, I'm not surprised, man. He's a sick fuck, And by the way, what I started saying in the beginning of the show about him being a pervert, guys, I mean, it's not just with women. It's not even just, I hate to even say just the sexual assault stuff, but it's not even just that. Hold on one sec. I honestly believe there is a reason that he is not wanting to release the Epstein information. I don't know if it's because he's involved or because other people are involved. I hear you. It's because he's involved. He doesn't care about anybody else, Jane. He does not care about anybody else. But I hear you, and I'm glad you at least will say that. Guys, you got to remember the sick shit this guy has said and done on national TV. When Tiffany was a baby, he sat on, I forget which show, and said, maybe Robin Leach, I forget which show. She has Marla's legs. The kid was a baby. What do you mean she has Marla's legs? We don't know if she has this yet, but we'll see. What? You thinking about your baby's titties? Are you fucking kidding me? He sat next to Ivanka, and they asked him, what do you and your daughter have in common? And he said, I was going to say sex. Why would that even come to you? It doesn't matter that you didn't say it, which you did, by the way. Why would you say that? Why would you think that? I would think, like with my daughter, I'd say certain facial features, for example, stuff like that. You know what I mean? She's kind of a hustler. She has little side businesses going on and shit, which I always did when I was younger. Stuff like that. But sex? What? The fact that the whole world didn't automatically come to the general conclusion that he is definitely a sick fuck at that point is mind-blowing. Okay? He has talked about his daughter like he wants to fuck her. He said that if perhaps she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. Or if she wasn't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. Okay? What? What? He sat there and let Howard Stern call her a piece of ass, and then he jumped in and said, yeah, she was always very voluptuous. About your daughter, she's voluptuous? What? And yeah, the little girl going up the escalator and him saying, I'm going to marry her, I'll be dating her, he said. I'll be dating her in 10 years to a 10-year-old girl. Now, listen, I know what people who want to excuse that comment would say. They'd say, oh, he just means he dates young girls. She's 10. When she's 20, he could be dating her. No. There was other little girls there. Why did he pick that little girl? Why did he point to a specific little girl and say, I'll be dating her in 10 years? Tell me that he didn't find her attractive. Tell me. Because why wouldn't he just say it about anybody? He picked a specific little girl. That means if you are thinking about fucking her at some point in her lifetime, and you're only seeing her as a little girl at 10 years old, why would you even think something like that? You remember being like 18 and a chick is 17 and you're like, man, as soon as she turns 18, I'm fucking her. That's acceptable. Okay. But that's the thought process he was having. It was just with a 10-year-old when he was, I think, around 50 years old at the time when he said that. Okay. I mean, come on, man. And there's so much more. I mean, it goes on and on and on, the grabbing women by the pussy, all this crazy shit he said. It's all sexual assault he's confessing to. Like, that's sexual assault. You can't just grab a woman by her pussy. That's sexual assault. Holy shit. Yeah, Tom Sheehy, yeah. Because he's a pedo in recovery. I don't even think he's in recovery. Well, now he has to be, I guess. Now he's fucking Alina Habba or fucking Laura Loomer, whatever the fuck her name is. Alina Habba. I think Laura Loomer's out. But you never know. He's a sick fuck for real. Yeah, man. Maybe he's fucking Caroline Levitt. Let's see if I got this here still, guys. I bet you I do. Here.
Charges that Jeffrey Epstein was running a sex trafficking ring in the early 2000s that included underage girls as young as 14 years old.
Donald Trump in 2002 said of Epstein, he's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
He routinely spoke fawningly of Jeffrey. He admired Epstein's lifestyle.
Your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of it.
Yeah. She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon?
She's got Marlon's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this blood yet.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court. Quote, look at that piece of I would love some of that. It so happened that Trump was referring to Cohen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, you know, women would age out for him.
Miss Teen Universe? Yeah, that's like giving Jeffrey Dahmer a cooking show.
I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I stayed in there with no sweat.
Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
A lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old.
Prince Andrew answering questions for the first time about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know Prince Andrew, but it's a tough story.
Trump has been photographed with Prince Andrew as far back as the year 2000.
Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls.
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
You are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.
He wished a proven pedophile and probably the biggest groomer in American history well. He wished her well. Okay? You know why he wished her well? Because he was being careful. Because he knew that was a prime time for her to be like, oh, yeah? Let me tell you about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. You know? So he was being very, oh, I wish her well. I wish her well. He wouldn't say a bad word about her. He's scared to death. I got it. I think it said TYT Live or something. I forget. It's one of these networks put it together. Let me see.
I think you should take a cognitive.
You know what? It was Midas Touch that put it together, but I don't know how you'd find it. If you look up Midas Touch pedo Trump, you should be able to find it. You should be able to find it. Is that a Lincoln Project ad? I think that was one Midas Touch put together, honestly, because he was doing that for a while. He put the cognitive issue ones together and everything. You need to interview Trump's old doorman. She was most likely Epstein's superior in the operation. Her father was Mossad. Yeah, he was. No problem, Shyla. 14, maybe too old for Trump, LOL. Yeah, he's a sick fuck, man. Q predicted this. Shut up, Bobby. To be fair, he told Howard Stern that 12 years too young, LOL. What do you mean? Oh, that he told Howard Stern that 12 was too young? Oh, yeah, I know. I heard that recently, yeah. Running all his beauty pageants was fertile ground for grooming. Yeah, who would do that? Just think about that. Why would he buy fucking Miss Teen USA? And then, of course, he got accused of being, walking in on the girls naked, including girls that were underage. I mean, he's a sick fuck, man. Yeah, he did, Bobby. He did. He didn't just see her. He had been checking her out. That's disgusting to even think about. It's sick. It's twisted. And, this is who our president is. Fucking believe this shit. But as long as you keep deporting those Mexicans, Trump, don't worry. They got your back. All of MAGA has your back. That's all they care about, racist cocksuckers. They just want Mexicans out of the country. They don't care if you're molesting a kid right now. They're fine with it. Sick fucking bullshit. But yeah, and what did he just lie about? Like, oh my God. It goes to show, for all you Trump supporters that are watching, and I know some of you watching are Trump supporters, go look at what Jerome Powell just did to him. He humiliated him. Trump stood there and lied about the budget for something. It's gone over budget, and it's actually 3.1 billion now, and it wasn't. And Jerome Powell was like, no. And Trump was like, yeah, it just went up. And he handed him the paper, and Jerome Powell looked at it. He's like, you added the third building. You added the renovation of a third building, the Martin building. And Trump didn't know what to say. He got caught lying. He blatantly lied. And what is MAGA saying now? That he owned Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell made a complete and total asshole out of him. Unreal. You know what's so funny about Trump is he's such a pussy, because when he talks Gavin, new scum. There's a video from a while ago after the fires and shit, the LA fires and all that, where he met up with Newsom. Gavin Newsom is standing there like, it appeared like he was yelling at him, pointing at him and shit. Trump didn't say a fucking word. He didn't call him new scum once. And Jerome Powell, same thing. He talked shit about him. Didn't have a thing to say to him the other day. He's a pussy until he's face to face with you. You know what I mean? I have a little TikTok following and would love to post it. LOL, piss off some MAGA. Well, Shyla, you could also, how would you find me on WhatsApp? Because I could just send it to you. You need my number, right? I don't know. Racism is such an American thing. When you protest against it, they call you a terrorist or un-American. Yeah, I forget who originally said that. He said, racism is so American that just the act of protesting against it is considered. Wait, what was it? Racism is so American. I think just the very act of protesting against it is considered racist or some shit like that, or considered un-American, something like that. Yeah, it's true. Yep. Okay. Well, I only say WhatsApp because WhatsApp, that's the only way I know how to share big videos that are like a few minutes long and stuff. Oh, the word hoax again. I know. Well, why do you think that is? These are tested, these words. They're tested on that base over there. That's what they're tested on. All those MAGA people. And he started with the fucking Russia hoax, which was not a hoax, by the way. Okay. I don't even think, does MAGA know what the word hoax is? Does he know what it means? Or do they know what it means? Does Trump know what hoax means? He uses hoax in the wrong way all the fucking time. It's so strange. But it's like he's telling you, they played a trick on you. No, they didn't. You know what I mean? And now it's the Epstein hoax. Guys, I want you to think about something. Yeah, you'll find it. Put in pedo Trump Midas touch. You'll find it for sure. What was I going to say? Okay, so recently he said that the Democrats wrote the files. And then he also said that if he was in the files, why didn't they release them while Biden was president? Okay, so what he's saying is that the Democrats, did I say the Democrats wrote? Yeah, he says Obama and them wrote the files, James Comey, which is not, whatever. Democrats wrote the files, okay? But if he was in them, they would have used it against them during Biden's presidency. These are two different statements. So basically you're saying they wrote them, and you're insisting that Democrats are in the files. So you're saying that Democrats wrote the files, put themselves in the files, they framed themselves, and then refused to release the files, even though you just said that if you were in the files and they had the files, they would have released them. You know what I'm saying? Nothing he says makes fucking sense. So before it was Bill Clinton and all these people are in the files. Now it's they wrote the files, for some reason, placed themselves in them and framed themselves. But then, even though they could have used those files against you because they put you in them, they chose not to. And now it's the Democrats fighting to release the files and the Republicans fighting not to. MAGA Mike literally shut down Congress because the Democrats were going to force a vote. Do you know how desperate that is? Unbelievable. They shut down Congress. They are doing everything in their power to cover up for him. So go ahead, guys. Go ahead, working class people, poor people, live out in these red states and every fucking thing else. People who pretend to care about children and all this sex trafficking stuff and all that shit. And keep supporting him. You know what I mean? While he stabs you in the back, you know, time and time again. Keep supporting him while the most obvious cover-up in the history of America is taking fucking place right in front of your eyes, and he's laughing at you while he's doing it. Keep supporting him. No, they don't. They don't. Anybody else want to donate? Come on, guys. Let's get some donations going. Don't leave me hanging today. Fuck! It's my second show. I ain't making no money. Russia was not a hoax. There were 180 communications between the Trump campaign and known Russian agents. Yeah, of course. It was not a hoax at all. The files were sealed until the early 2024. Now the list doesn't exist. Yeah. The Oversight Committee did get a vote through, and it passed it, though, Thursday, I think. Did they? I might have heard about that. I don't know. Anyway, so it's just unreal, man. I mean, I would never say that about anything going on, any scandal, Trump-related scandal. But this is like, you guys don't see it. You don't see that the guy you support is quite obviously, and I don't give a fuck, I'll say this straight up, quite obviously a pedophile. Bobby Barbarian, $10. Thank you, brother. And the reason I say he's that is because he is terrified, and so are all the Republicans, terrified that this list or these files are going to, be unsealed, become public. Why? Why is that? Just because he was friends with Epstein? Everybody's always known he was friends with Epstein. Even MAGA can't deny that. No, there's some serious shit in there, man. He did some serious shit. And he knows exactly what it is. And he knows it's in those files because Pam Bondi fucking told him it was in there. Okay? So he's scared to death. He's a pedo as far as I'm concerned. I totally believe that he raped Katie Johnson. I totally fucking believe it. 100% when she was 13 years old. Guarantee it. Yep. Believe it 100%. That's to subpoena the DOJ for the files, but I doubt they will comply. Republicans voted to subpoena them. It was 8-2. Oh, yes. I did hear about that. That's right. Yep. I did hear about that. Please donate to the FPS Political Action Committee. Yeah. Oh, man. So what else as far as the Epstein thing do we want to talk about? Because that's just what I wanted to focus on for this show. Of course, there's a lot of other shit to talk about with him, but I don't know. It's just, I'll tell you, the craziest part of the whole thing was when he stood out there or at that press conference, whatever the fuck it was, at the cabinet meeting, and said, you guys are still talking about Epstein? I can't believe you guys are still talking about Epstein. I remember Andrew Schultz, he said, oh, yeah, we're the fucking morons. Like he played that video clip on his podcast. He's like, yeah, we're the morons now. Yeah, it's exactly. That's what he thinks of you. Yeah, he talked to you for years. He told you about Epstein this, Epstein that, how he's going to release the Epstein files. And then once it came time to do so, he was like, you guys are fucking stupid for even talking about this shit anymore. You're all dumb. You're weak. You're bad people. It's exactly what he said. And he won't lose a supporter. I'm telling you, he will not lose a supporter. He will not lose one. Guys, that's right, Jacob. That's right. Tell me what you think. If it comes out, if the files are released, and he's in there as a straight-up pedo who had sex with young girls, do you think he'll lose any real support? And if so, what percentage of his base do you think will walk away? Curious. You tell me. I'm going to have to get a job soon, guys. Oh, Sir Drums, $10. Enjoying today's show. How you doing? Good, brother. How are you, man? Thanks for the $10. I really appreciate it. Probably. He'll definitely lose the evangelical folks. Oh, no, he won't. I don't believe he will for a second. They don't care about rape. The Bible condones it. They don't care about that. Don't give a fuck. I mean, you could be right, but I don't see any of them speaking out now. He should be impeached, immediately impeached, jailed, and tried to the fullest extent of the law. He should be, but he won't be. Because those Republicans, they are his to do what he wants with. MAGA he is such a cult leader, and they are such a cult, that all he's got to do is say, vote for so-and-so or don't vote for so-and-so, and that determines the outcome of the election. Okay? That's it. And they know it. That's why they won't turn on him, even though a lot of them are fed up with him about all types of shit. They, just like the big, beautiful bill, look how many of them in the House and the Senate were against it, said they weren't going to vote for it. In the end, they voted for it. You know why? Because he controls their political future, period. Okay? That's why when Common was on here one time and he said something about like, same way Obama controls the Democrats. It's like, no. He doesn't control the Democrats at all. Trump actually controls, all of the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen Obama make a tweet because somebody said something bad about him. Don't vote for so-and-so. It's not a thing that happens. It's Trump that does it, and they listen to him. They would, if Jeffrey Epstein was still alive and he wanted to be a senator in New York, and his election was coming up in 2026, and he said, vote for Jeffrey Epstein would be the newest senator in New York. No doubt about it. Yeah, well, I hope not. Oh, some independence, I agree. He might lose some independence, Bobby. Yeah. I'll give you that, definitely. I don't own any flags, shirts, hats, etc. for any candidates I voted for. No, well, that's what, guys, let's get on that real quick, and I'm going to go soon. One of the funniest things you'll hear Trump supporters say, or at least during the elections, I would hear this all the time. $20 from Gerard. FBS, don't forget Tom is a Republican. I know he is, but he seems to be agreeing with me today. Thank you, Gerard, for the $20. Oh, shit. What was I about to say? Oh, what was I going to say, guys? Oh, fuck. I'm playing it back. I don't care. I gotta fucking... Remember what you mean. I mean, hold on. Gotta fucking... Oh, yeah. Because of what Shaila's comment. All I had to do was look at the screen. I'm brilliant. When they say about, like during, let's just say the last election, I know Trump's going to win because look how many people are at his rallies. And look how, first of all, Kamala was smoking a lot of his rallies. So we'll go back to Biden even. I know Trump's going to win because when I drive around, all I see is Trump signs. I don't see any Biden signs. Guys, we are not a cult. You are. Okay? I'm not going to be walking around, or let's just say during the Biden-Trump election, I wasn't walking around with a fucking, matter of fact, I was in jail, but even if I wasn't, I wouldn't have been walking around with a Joe Biden shirt or a Joe Biden hat. I would not have had a Joe Biden yard sign. I would not have had an American flag that said Biden on it hanging from my porch. No. Okay? Normal people don't drape themselves in their favorite political candidates' fucking, merch. It's fucking weird. It's weird on so many levels. I would never walk around with a hat with Biden's slogan on it or anything like that. Never. Not. I don't care who was running. I didn't do it with Kamala, and guess what? 90% of Kamala supporters and Biden supporters didn't do that shit. Probably much more than 90%. MAGA, it's their entire shut up, Troy. It's their entire identity. It literally is. I mean, they can't just support Trump. They got to be loud about it. And you know why? Because part of being a Trump supporter is being an asshole. And it makes you a better asshole the louder you are. You know? So you got to throw, like everybody knows, like the MAGA hat is like the fucking new Ku Klux Klan hat. Okay? So they got to wear it in public because it's their way of letting you know how they feel about pretty much everything, but especially race. They want you to know without being, because they can't say it, they can't verbalize it. So they just wear that hat again, and it's a big red sign that's shouting, I hate you, insert the race. Okay? I'm not stupid. There's no way they were catching me on that soundbite. So it tells everybody, look at me, I'm an asshole, just like my leader. So they wear the MAGA shirts and the MAGA hats, and they got the fucking Trump yard signs, and the fucking one of my neighbors got the Trump on the American flag, desecration of the American flag. They'll tell you all day, you better not desecrate the American flag, but they will. They'll put God on it, or they'll put guns on it, they'll put Trump on it, everything, and hang it from their porch. I see a lot of that horse shit around here. Okay? Fucking, that's how I know a stupid person lives there. Oh, look, he's got a Trump sign. He's dumb as a motherfucker. So that's it. It's their fucking identity. We are not a cult. You're not going to see even a rally. I was rooting for Kamala. I would have never gone to a Kamala rally. I have no desire to see Kamala or to fucking be in a crowd like that or wait on fucking line. If I wait online for somebody, it's going to be at some dope artist. You know what I mean? I'll wait online to see Billy Joel. I'll wait online to see Eminem. I'll wait online to see the Locks. People like that. You know what I mean? I ain't waiting online to see Kamala or Joe Biden or Donald Trump. But they will stand out in the fucking sweltering heat all goddamn day just to get a seat in one of those rallies, just to hear him repeat the same bullshit over and over and over again. It's their entire identity. That's why I always say they will lose everything before they admit that they're wrong. They don't care if he takes away their Medicare, their Medicaid, their fucking Social Security, he could take away overtime. He could abolish it. He could do whatever the fuck he wants, and they'll continue to follow him because he is their identity. A lot of these people, I'm sorry guys, but I've known a lot of these Trump supporters. A lot of these people are very isolated people. They're lonely, angry fucking people. They don't fit in with anyone. They're social misfits. Okay? And all you got to do if you want to fit in with millions of dummies right now is put on a MAGA shirt or a MAGA hat or some shit like that and go take a walk. You'll make all kinds of friends. Not the kind of friends anybody would want, but that's how it is. It's unbelievable. So it is their identity. They don't care what he takes from them. They need to support him. They need to be with Trump. This is the first time a lot of them ever had a fucking identity, and they still don't really, but they got something they can identify with. They got a group of people who they can relate to on some level. It's pathetic to see. You don't see a whole lot of winners at a Trump rally. Take a look around. You know what I mean? There's more fucking people than there are teeth at the average Trump rally. I'm very well informed and educated on politics, but it's not my whole personality. Same here. Yeah, not at all. Not at all. I don't even really talk about it. Like, for the most part, unless it's brought up somehow, or if I'm, deliberately trying to get somebody going or something, I don't really talk about it. And you'll never know by driving by my house what my politics are. Never. I don't make it public. You can ask any of my neighbors, they don't know. Except for a couple of times, one of my neighbors I would deliberately irritate by driving past his house playing the fuck Donald Trump song every day. But for the most part, they don't know. They don't know. It's not necessary. It's just like if I was any certain religion, I'm not going to fucking make that public for everybody to see. Not your fucking business. It's not something I want to talk to you about. You know what I mean? But that's it, man. I don't know, bro. On here it's different. This is what I do for a living. This is where I vent and express myself about shit. But in my everyday life, I don't even want to speak to people, no less get into a conversation about fucking politics. Plus, I can't hold back. You could be fucking 280 pounds of solid muscle and have a pistol on either side of your fucking body, okay, on your hips. And I will fucking still demolish you in a fucking debate and talk to you like you're a peasant. I just will. That's the way I am. I don't give a fuck who you are, how tough you are, how dangerous you are. I will fucking tear you to shreds in a political debate. That's just who I am. I can't hold back. I'll straight up call you stupid to your face. I don't care. So Insecurity, LOL. Oh, yeah. Or the new cowboy hat. Yeah, that's another thing. Charlie Jones, Australian, $2. Where's the Tony Pizza shirts? Should make those up someday. Red hats equal brown shirts in 1940s Germany. Yeah. Oh, I haven't even seen that. Is that happening? Jesus. I was much more chill about MAGA voters 6 months ago. Not anymore. If you still support everything he's doing, stay the fuck away from me. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. Doing horrible shit, man. You know how many kids have died and everything just because of the aid they cut off and all types of stuff? Tens of thousands of, if not more, pounds of food that's rotted away because of all this bullshit with Doge and everything. And oh my God, sick. I mean, we helped, with fucking AIDS prevention and medications that could, keep babies that were HIV positive from developing, full blown AIDS, and then they fucking died because we weren't able to help them with that shit. I mean, it just all kinds of stuff that took place. It's so fucking sick and twisted, man. And now you're talking about Donald Trump at the very best right now, at best, is protecting anywhere from dozens to thousands of pedophiles. Okay? Even if you want to fool yourself into believing he's not on the list or he's not a pedo, okay. There's got to be tons of pedos on there, right? Why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail? What are you going to say? How do you mean? What do you mean there's no list? There was no, what were they doing? Trafficking these young girls to who? Themselves? Back and forth between Ghislaine and Epstein? There was tons of fucking customers on those lists. Tons of clients. There are. And he's covering up for all of them, including himself. And you guys got no fucking problem with it. None whatsoever. Yeah, I know. They're goofy people. They really are. I got into an argument with a red hat at Walmart of all places last week because I was wearing an iron front shirt. What is it? What is an iron front shirt? I'm not even sure. Oh, okay. Let's go back to the beginning of the show, guys. Mooch is here. What list? Yeah. Big fat boy, shut your mouth. Okay, Void plays. Fuck off. Go fuck your mother, prick. Neither of them would have been in jail without a list. Of course not. Thousands, definitely. Without a doubt, man. Maybe Trump is afraid if the list gets out, they might kill him. Enough people want to kill him. It couldn't be too many more. You got nothing to worry about. Anyway, guys, that's it. I think I'm done for the day. I'm glad I got to get this shit off my chest and talk with you guys. It's been a while since we spoke politics, but we will be doing it more and more often, I believe. So, oh, okay. Oh, I got you. My bad. See, and that's another reason, I don't walk around wearing none of that shit. Not like I would anyway. Like I said, it's not my thing. But because I'll wind up fucking hurting somebody or getting hurt. I'm not even going to front. One or the other. Because there's no calm discussion with me when it comes to Donald Trump. There's no calm, chill, rational discussion. I will go ballistic on you. Because I truly think you're a bad, bad person. If you're walking around expressing your fucking love for this scumbag, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So I don't even bother. And the people that walk around wearing that shit, they're just opening themselves up to be crushed in a debate anyway. The people wearing the MAGA shit. I'm a Trump supporter, but don't agree in all his politics. We must not be ignorant. I think he is on that list. Let's be real, not cool at all. Yeah, Nikki Blade, but you shouldn't be a supporter anyway because he hates you, bro. You're Latino. He hates you with a fucking passion just because you exist. So your whole support for Trump is baffling to me. But all right, at least you're willing to, concede that point. Yeah, he's on that list. Yeah, no doubt. I was looking for trouble wearing it. It was fine. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that sometimes. I like to laugh at people when I see them with MAGA shit on. If I'm walking down like an aisle in a store, like they're coming the other way, and I'll just point at them and laugh. Even if I'm like on the phone with somebody, look at this guy. It's fucking hilarious because they should be laughed at. They should. I mean, you always got to remember, it is really true. I mean, if you look it up, don't tell me it's some coincidence that the dumbest people, the most poorly educated people in this country live in red states. They vote red. And the most well-educated people in this country vote blue. What does that tell you? I mean, it's just like what was I going to say? Oh, the funny thing, Nikki Blade. The funny thing, oh shit, I keep losing my train of thought. Oh man, what was I going to say? God damn it. Fuck, I'm all fucked up now. It's all the time. Fuck, I'm all fucked up. Like, well-educated people in this country vote blue. What does that tell you? There was something I was going to say about that. Oh, man, I can't fucking remember now. You know what you view as appropriate for children. I don't know what that means, Carl Berger. Give me 1 second and I'll end the show. What was I going to say? God damn it. I did good this whole show, and then now I forgot. Republicans. Republicans will always tell, if you listen, Republicans make a joke out of colleges and universities. And they will tell their voters straight up, they always do. It's a waste of time. People like Charlie Kirk, all types of people will tell you it is a waste of time. You get a degree, it's worth nothing. You learn a trade. There's a few reasons they tell you that. One of them is because, of course, they don't want you to be educated. Educated people don't vote for Republicans. They don't. Okay? For the most part, except for rich people. Rich, educated people, because Republicans benefit rich people and rich people only. Okay? So they'll talk down about colleges and universities all the time. But isn't it funny that all of them are college educated, and so are all of their kids? They make sure their kids go to colleges and universities, but they'll tell you all day not to go to college or anything like that, because their biggest fear is an educated electorate in this country. And not just that, but they want to keep you down. Everything the Republicans do is basically about cheap labor to make themselves more money. So they don't want you to have a degree and work in an office making $250,000 a year. They want you to work in a factory. They want you to be a welder. They want you to do shit like that. So you always need something from them. That's it. Let me just bring that up too, Bobby. Thank you. Do you remember there was a guy in here, the last politics show we did, who was truly arguing that Trump's cryptocurrency bullshit can't be used to bribe him? Can you imagine the stupidity on this guy? He was saying, but it doesn't work that way. It's got to go through Solana. 80% of Trump's meme coin is owned by World Liberty Financial, Trump's company. Okay? You dipshit. So, of course, anybody who buys into that coin can absolutely do it as a form of bribery. There's maybe not world leaders. There's, very wealthy people from all different countries all over the fucking world who have bought into that meme coin, which basically has no value. It can't be used for anything. It's valueless. Okay? It's only worth what people put into it. That's it. And they do it as a way to bribe Donald Trump without a fucking doubt. I told Melania has a crypto too. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's a back channel. It's a way to bribe him. Why do you think he dropped that meme coin the night before he took office? You know what I mean? And these people, from foreign countries and whatever else, big corporations, they buy into his coin. He knows who spent, if you just spent fucking $3 million on his coin, he knows you did. He finds out, Okay, and then you get a private meeting with him. You get some phone time with him. He had that big meeting at Mar-a-Lago with all those fucking people, and they showed up in masks and every fucking thing else. It was a private meeting. He wouldn't allow the press there. He did it at Mar-a-Lago so he could stop the press from being there. Okay, and they, even the people that were showing up, they didn't want their identities to be known. And whatever happened at that meeting, for the most part, was private, because that's all you were doing. You when you bought into that coin, big sums of money, then you bought yourself some FaceTime with Donald Trump, pretty much. And you tell him what you want from him, and he'll give it to you. That's it. So when people are like, if you say that Trump's meme coin cannot be used as a way to bribe him, you're a fucking dope. The more people that buy the meme coin, the more money Donald Trump makes. I mean, of course, other people make money, but the majority of it goes to Donald Trump's company. So fucking weird that asshole was trying to make that argument. Like, you got to be retarded not to realize that. My old neighbors had Biden-Harris signs on their property. They moved out and to England because of Trump. It must be nice having the money to do that. Wow, good for them, man. That's awesome. I would definitely move somewhere fucking else if I could afford it. Definitely. I've had about enough. Yeah, I know, right, Bobby? Yeah. I love the poorly educated, says Donatella Trump. That's what he said, and that's what he meant. And they cheered. He said, I love the poorly educated. And the rally, tens of thousands of people cheered when he said that. He's talking about you. Of course he loves the poorly educated, because well-educated people don't buy into his bullshit. It's like I just told you. This is what the Republicans have been doing for decades. You know what I mean? They want people as dumb as could possibly be. They don't want smart fucking people out there voting. That's not what they want. The people that elected Donald Trump both times, the majority of these people are extremely poor or working class people. That's the majority of the people. People who are not well educated, people that don't have a lot of money, people that live in rural fucking areas where, all they do is listen to Fox fucking News all day and Newsmax and shit like that. It's not a bunch of bright people. You can literally look at the electoral map by education, okay? For either election that Trump ran, well, all three. And look who voted for who, what states voted for who. So, yeah, I know. All right, guys, listen, that's it. I'm going to get going. I appreciate you. I've been on here for a few hours now, I think, all together with the two shows. I'm going to go try to find my wife. She left, and I don't know where she went. I hope she's coming back. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some type of show, all right? I love you all, and until next time, salute.